Attleboro resident Ronald Rudat was recently inducted into the Toy Collectors Hall of Fame. The ceremony was held in Las Vegas, honoring Ron as the designer of Hasbro's G.I. Joe action figure line through the 1980s, as well as originating the famous design of the well-known Cobra Logo. He spoke with us about the recent award.
My name is Ron Rudat, and I worked on G.I. Joe from about 1981 to 1987, and I was the total designer of the figure line for Hasbro Industries. Recently, in February, I was inducted into the Toy Collectors Hall of Fame in Las Vegas, Nevada. Just came as a big surprise. All of a sudden I get a phone call and they told me that I was inducted, came out of the clear blue for me. Some of the other people that were inducted into the Hall of Fame were Stan Lee of Marvel. Mark Boudreau was with me. He works for Hasbro and he's been in the industry for 38 years. And he designed all the Star Wars figures and vehicles, which he is working on now for the new movie coming out in December. And the inventor of Barbie doll wasn't there, but someone accepted the award for her. And me. The presentation was in Las Vegas, was at the Circus Hotel and Casino. It was a big to-do, and they had a really nice dinner, and after the dinner they gave a presentation, and yeah, I was presented with a certificate and a special ring that looks almost like an NFL ring, it's so large. While working at Hasbro, a friend of Larry Hama's, who is also a writer and a comic book artist, a friend of his came up with the idea of having, someone that G.I. Joe fights against, and came up with the idea of Cobra. So that was presented to me, and I took it upon myself to do a number of rough sketches for the Cobra logo, and finally picked the one that you see behind me. And it's become a very iconic figure in the toy world, and you'll see it everywhere. A lot of people have the Cobra tattooed on themselves, or you'll see it in some kind of military fashion on a vehicle or certificate or whatever. But yeah, the Cobra logo is kind of worldwide known, I think, now, after about 30 years. That's my little claim to fame. That's something that will live on forever. From about 1980 to 80 or 81 to 87, I designed about 125 to 130 figures for G.I. Joe. Two of those characters are based on me. My dad was a Marine in World War II. The first Marine I did was Leatherneck, and Leatherneck has my face. The second figure I did isn't a Marine, but Larry Hama from Marvel decided to put my name on the back cover of the file card, but it's my last name backwards, so it's Ronald W. Tatter instead of Rudat. When I see kids playing with figures that I worked on, I just kind of smile, and I think it's pretty neat. And when you go to a lot of these G.I. Joe conventions, you'll see a lot of the people there, collectors or what have you, doing cosplay. Cosplay is when they dress up looking like your character, which I think is pretty neat. They'll wear outfits that I basically designed. All the Cobra commanders and soldiers and what have you, people dress up as my characters. It's like Halloween, all year round. A lot of Joe collectors were happy that I got the award.